Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, like and subscribe. I know you wanna. So All Stars 10 has started with a bang. I personally have enjoyed the first 2 episodes of All Stars. I'm kind of liking the new format. I'm excited to see the other 2 groups of queens and see how they do. But of course, the queens have been talking on social media and setting the internet ablaze with gossip. So I'm here to talk about it. In the first episode of All Stars 10, Ice Spice was a guest judge. Now I feel like more so in the American series of RuPaul's Drag Race, they like to throw in like a celebrity guest judge to help, I guess, boost ratings for the first episode and get people interested. Using Ice Spice though, that's definitely like a lukewarm guest judge to start the series with. I was not gagged personally, especially because Ice Spice is only really known for like 1 or 2 songs and they all sound the same. Like, she's basically fallen off now, right? Like, I haven't heard about her for ages now. Like, she's selling on icon in the space, and we'll get back to just that. There was a particular critique that Ice Spice gave to one of the contestants, Phoenix, that did gag even some of the other cast members like Irene. You could tell was visibly gagging at what Ice Spice said to Phoenix. Ice Spice basically made a comment about Phoenix being an icon, a legend in the space, but they didn't feel like they got that from them on that episode. They were too shy and felt like they're holding back. Let me play the clip right here for you guys.
I hear you're a legendary icon, but tonight I don't think I would have been able to tell with how shy you were.
Okay, yep, great, smiling.
I personally, if I was Phoenix, I would totally be annoyed by this comment and would have probably clapped back there and then on the stage. As I was watching, I was just like, what does Ice Spice really know about drag or being an icon in a space? Like, she knows nothing. And also, it's funny because Ice Spice is kind of known for being quite shy and demure herself. So to say someone doesn't really have a big enough personality doesn't really make much sense coming from Ice Spice. And I can see online it rubbed quite a lot of people up the wrong way. And what happened was that Phoenix made a comment about it on their stories. And this is what Phoenix said in their story. Also, I appreciate the love from everyone about the Ice Spice comment. I'll comment more and tell the funny part about this later, but trust me when I say my 25 years of experience and decades of contributing to my community is what makes me an icon, not 3 minutes on a TV show. That being said, I'm perfectly fine getting icon validation from someone whose fame has come from one song about shitting and farting. I feel like people were quite divided online. One half was saying they were agreeing with Phoenix and also were talking about Ice Spice being like, what credentials does she have to say, comment like that. But the other half was saying, why is Phoenix so mad about it? They should have known what they're signing up for before they got on RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, you are there to be judged and critiqued by people. And as much as I understand that, as someone who has performed in drag themselves, in my opinion, you're totally allowed to say how you feel about something, especially when someone's addressing you and you're dragging your art. You're allowed to defend it. I mean, I've gotten myself in trouble in the past speaking my mind about stuff, but at the end of the day, like, if you're going to talk about my drag and my art, I'm allowed to clap back and have an opinion about it. Okay, thank you. At the end of the day, if someone who you barely know and you don't think is worthy enough to comment on your drag is saying something, you're allowed to defend it and render it meaningless. So I don't see anything wrong with that at all. In fact, I encourage it. I like it when drag artists speak up and defend themselves. And at the end of the day, guys, it's Drag Race. It's not that serious regardless. But I'm totally in support for any drag artists defending themselves and their art. If it was me, I would have probably clapped back at Ice Spice far harder than Phoenix did. So that's my opinion on that. In other news, loads of people have been talking about Lexi Love. They have announced that they are taking a break from drag and they are currently in rehab or going into rehab, and that they'll be back better than ever before. This doesn't really come as a shock to most of us because Lexi has been putting out stuff online that they're going to go for a break from drag. They found it quite overwhelming being on Drag Race and they just want to have a few moments to step back, reflect and focus on themselves. So I guess really that was Lexi Love hinting at them going into rehab, and now we know exactly why Lexi Love has taken a step back. Also, Lexi Love has spoken about her drug abuse in the past.
I was 2 weeks away from my 18th birthday and my mom found out about my boyfriend. She told me that I had to find a home and she threw a phone book at me and I disappeared in the middle of the night, girl.
I packed a bag up, I threw my stuff out a window, girl, like on a movie, and at that moment I was just like, I'm not looking back.
I was a gay runaway and I found a drag mom and she goes, I have a place that you can stay in, but I'm kind of down and out as well. There was like 5 of us actually that lived there and all did drag, but I started doing drag immediately to survive.
I ended up living in an abandoned house. No electricity, no running water, there was no bathroom, and there was a lot of milk jugs that turned into urine bottles. But the level of comfort that I actually obtained from just being able to be myself was totally worth it.
What has sobriety taught me? the power of me. And trust me, I am not sober Judy, okay? I am California sober, and she lives right by Tijuana, honey, okay? It is Southern California sober. So I'm not trying to pretend like I have no flaws to this day, but I definitely have my personal restraints on what I do not allow myself to partake in this portion of my life. And that has been vital to literally teaching me just any kind of self-discipline whatsoever. I left my mom's house with a very entitled mindset, and I left even Kentucky originally when I moved down to South Florida to be an exotic dancer. I really thought that the world was just my oyster, and I didn't like oysters, so I was just saying, screw it, like I was just going to do what I want. And it took a lot of personal persuasion to get myself to a place where my mind was actually able to decipher between personal choices being beneficial to me and them feeling like I was kind of like giving in to other people's pressure.
So perhaps with the pressure of the show, she found it really hard and maybe went back to abusing whatever, or she's trying to stop herself from doing that. So she's going to go into rehab for however long she needs. And I think that's a great thing. Honestly, I love Lexi Love. I wish her all the best. I hope she gets back on the straight and narrow and she can come back and slay these hoes. That's what I hope for Lexi Love. Obviously, there was the iconic lip sync with Aja and Irene. A lot of people have been liking Arja's return to Drag Race All Stars 10, and I'm excited to see what else she gives. Although I will say I was not living for really any of the looks, but I feel like there's a lot of people online talking about that. But at the end of the day, I just like that Arja's living for herself and she's not taking it serious and she's having fun, and also she is a performer. And when I watch Drag Race, honestly, for me, it's all about the performance. I'm not as into the fashion. I can be, I guess if you do it really well, I'm like all gagged. I'm far more here for the lip syncs and the performances, and that's what Arja brings, so that's what I'll be enjoying from Arja, absolutely. So that's everything for this video. Let me know down below what's your thoughts, what are your opinions, have a kiki, have a chit chat. And that's it for this video, guys. Like and subscribe to my channel for more of me. I know you want to, baby. Hit the bell notification to be notified when I pop it on your screen with a new video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.